Coming up on Mountain News this morning, 10 dogs were found starved and neglected in Estill County 1 month after dozens of dogs were rescued in the same area. And the University of Virginia's College at Wise opened a new center it hopes can give students new opportunities.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. We are coming up on 5 a.m. on October 19th. Now let's check in with Chief Forecaster Brandon Robinson for a look at your forecast this morning. And Brandon, we saw that beautiful day yesterday that we were talking about. What can we expect as we head an inch closer to the weekend, I guess?
Well, here's the thing. We actually stayed a little bit more clear overnight. When I walked out the door about 3:15 or so, the skies were clear. No clouds at all. We did have some fog. That's back this morning, our old familiar friend, but I'm seeing the clouds starting to increase just a little bit as we speak. So it may take a little cooler than we were expecting at times this morning. Let's take a look at the satellite and radar, and you'll see clouds are streaming their way in. They're not quite here just yet, but I think they'll start to pick up pretty quickly or later this morning. Let's take a look across the region. We've got the Jenkins camera been moved to kind of point down the hill instead of up the hill there, going back down toward Jenkins. And of course, you see everything else looking pretty good there. Outside WYMT, not a whole lot of fog here in Hazard, but I can tell you, driving in through parts of Letcher and Knott County, it was pretty rough over that way. And then, of course, Pikeville looking okay, Moorhead looking okay, and London Corbin looking okay. So again, there's the cooler air. 36 in Clintwood this morning, 40 in Manchester. Let's see who else we got. 41 in Jonesville, Middlesboro, Jacksboro, but some other spots where maybe the fog helped out just a little bit. 50 in Pikeville, Prestonsburg, 51 in Jackson, 52 in Somerset, and 54 out toward Monticello. It's even 48 in Wise this morning, 40 over toward Grundy. So a little extra no matter where you are on your coffee meter this morning. Out the door forecast, those clouds will increase, and so will the rain chances. We'll get deeper into the day. Now, the big rain chances come tonight with that cold front. We'll talk more about that coming up in just a few minutes. Olivia?
All right, thank you, Brandon. A Letcher County man is facing 5 indictments, which include charges of murder and strangulation. 39-year-old Lawrence Eugene Holcomb was indicted by a Letcher County grand jury on October 9th. Holcomb was in court for an arraignment Tuesday. Court officials said he entered a not guilty plea. Holcomb was arrested last month after a standoff in the Jeremiah community. Police say he murdered a pregnant woman, Vanessa Holcomb. He is expected to be back in court at 9 a.m. on March 26th for a pre-trial conference. A woman was taken to the hospital after she was shot while driving on the interstate. The Rockcastle County Sheriff says she was driving on I-75 North Tuesday night when she was shot in her upper leg. Crews took her to Rockcastle Regional Hospital. She was then flown to UK Hospital. They are still looking for the shooter. If you have any information, contact the Rockcastle County Sheriff's Office at the number on your screen. Animal rescue groups are dealing with another situation in Estill County where just last month dozens of dogs were pulled from a home. 10 dogs have been removed from a home, and that could result in several dozen more rescued. Pause for the Cause was called for reports of dogs being starved and neglected. The animal shelter is out of space and is asking for donations. They are asking for wet and dry dog food, canned pumpkin, and plain yogurt.
Estill County has been at capacity for the past year and doesn't really have any room to take any dogs in right now.
Along with being malnourished, rescue groups say the dogs are also flea and tick infested and are losing their hair. At least one school system is shut down the rest of the week due to illnesses. Williamsburg City School is closed Thursday and Friday due to so many students and staff being sick. These will be NTI days 1 and 2. Although it's rare, men can get breast cancer. During this Breast Cancer Awareness Month, doctors are stressing the importance of men knowing their risk. Doctors say breast cancer can occur in men at any age, though it usually occurs in older men. Male breast cancer makes up only 1% of all cases. Dr. Alrila Clark with UK Healthcare says men need to know their family history. She says 70 to 75% of male breast cancer is associated with their family. She says the symptoms shouldn't be ignored, like a lump felt near one of the breasts, for example. Dr. Clark says while there are screening guidelines for women, there aren't any for men, but they've been developed as cases in men continue to rise. Dr. Clark says when male breast cancer is diagnosed, it's usually in a more advanced stage.
The proportion of death in male breast cancer is significantly higher when compared to females. And that's because we come to the realization and diagnosis of male breast cancer in later stages.
Dr. Clark says everyone needs to encourage their loved ones to get screenings and spread awareness. The University of Virginia's College at Wise opened a new early learning center. The Little Calves Early Learning Center will give the school and nearby communities access to childcare. Administrators are working to make an impact in the region beyond campus. Vice Chancellor Shannon Blevins says they are connecting students to the community.
And we're significantly focused on internships because that's the way that students can be able to experience a position or a job and create relationships with employers in the region.
Blevins says they have programs throughout the school connecting students and an entrepreneur program allowing students to think creatively. Thanks for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. Coming up, Social Security is getting a raise, but will it be enough for senior citizens?
And I hope you enjoyed your rain break because it's going to be back before you know it later tonight. I'll have the latest timings in about 3 minutes.